Hey Scrapper Names fans, how are we all? So I have a once-off extra bonus video for you today. A Project Life spread. I'm using the Scrapping Fun Kits back to school kit that came out, I think it was January. I think it was a bonus kit from memory. So I'm obviously scrapping the back to school of 2018 for our 3 kids. So just flicking through the little papers and everything and cut aparts and whatnot that come with it. So just giving you a bit of a quick glimpse as to what things I've got to choose from and what I might use. So there's some really cute resin, I think, pieces in this, like with the little back to school and whatnot. There's also a really cute little like crocheted apple and some homemade flares and washi tape. So a mix and match of everything. So I have chosen to just use the 3 photos instead of a whole big spread on each of the different millions of photos you take on the first day of school. This one's going into our family album, and then I will probably scrap sort of the rest of the photos from that day or that morning for the individual kids' albums. So I'm just going through and deciding on what papers I'll use. So as you can see, I'm just trying to work out there. I'm going to use that one for journaling, that little apple one in the middle, and there's this circular one here is also going to be used as 3 separate little journaling pieces because the 3 of them started. So we had one starting kindergarten, one starting year 7, and my son was starting year 6. So obviously big first days, I guess. So just going to journal each of those 3 separately, I decided. And then I'm just playing around with what sort of filler cards I wanted to use. So you saw me have a fiddle there. I then changed my mind and actually use this paper, which I think is from Macay's Craft paper pack I got. It's eluding me as to which one it is from, but anyway. I'm going to use that just as a backing kind of card, just to then, I think I add some embellishing to it, just to, make it that, filler card there. So all set there with my bits and pieces. Now I'm going to play around, I think, with the embellishing. I was actually unsure how to use this apple. I thought it was so cute and so clever, but I was like, how am I going to use this? And then, I decided I would make my own filler card with it, something a bit unique. I'm just using these word or phrase strips on each of the photos, I think, of the kids. Just fussy cutting that out. I think I play around with whose it that we're going on, just because I wanted it to suit what was happening that day for each child as such. I think one says never stop growing up or don't stop growing up or something like that, and I play around with who that was going for, just because, like, I think I added it to my stepdaughter's photo who started year 7. She's the oldest, so it just seemed appropriate. So I hope everyone's doing well. I am doing this voiceover on a Sunday morning. Everyone else is at swimming and Mum's having some quiet time at home as such. So yes, I'm going to get this voiceover and hopefully another one squeezed in before the tribe arrives back home, but we shall see. But I hope you've had some scrappy fun over the weekend, even if it's just a little bit. And as I said, this will be a bonus video I'll probably put up this week in amongst my Tuesday and Friday video. I sort of got in some scrapping time over the Easter long weekend, which was fantastic. So I've managed to film a couple of videos to keep me going, just because I knew this week gone would be a bit busy, being it was my daughter's 5th birthday. So, birthday celebrations, big birthday party yesterday. So not a lot of time or energy even left over to do much in the way of scrapping. So yes, and I didn't want to miss out on any videos for you. So I just thought this card needed something to make it pop, like to add a bit more colour to it. So I just added this washi tape, which is all different colour crayons sitting up on it. And yeah, I thought it was really cool. So I just thought it's a mix of colours without it being too bold and in your face. So I thought it would be perfect. And I think this one says back to school. So again, it's really colourful. Just thought it would be perfect just to add a little border of colour around this card, followed by the back to school piece there, which I think I pop up on some, double-sided tape, foam tape, sorry. Again, just to add it, to make it pop a little bit, with that green just being really all just green. There's no real pattern in it, so I just wanted to make that a little bit more interesting card. And then there's these beautiful little, are these? Oh, these were little sequins, I think. Yeah. So I'm just scattering them around. Again, just to add a bit of, pops a little colour, some interest, those sorts of things to this card. So yes, I don't make you sit through that whole process of me, fiddling around with sequins, because with my Unco fingers, it can take a bit of time. There you go. Now that glue that you saw, you probably spotted the white glue, it will dry clear, so it doesn't stay on the card as such. Now I find the best thing to use when you wanting to adhere something like this apple is the Glossy Accents glue, because it is really super strong. I've used these before in some of the other kits that we've had come out with Scrapping Fun, and I just find that it works the best in adhering it down and making it stay. Like, it stuck straight away, which was fantastic. And I don't think I add anything else, just with the diamonds and the colour, and then the old piece there, the red piece. I don't think it needed too much else. I think I try and fiddle around with it, but I don't think I add anything else. Oh my God, I tell a lie, I added some washi. Thin strip, yeah. Sorry, my throat's really croaky, isn't it? Sorry. I think that's it. Playing around, is there anything else? Oh no, mate. Oh, see it now. Tricked myself. I thought it was too busy to add something. So this is the first time I cut into this kit. I'd literally just opened it as such. It's been sitting in my stash to use, waiting to document these photos. There you go. So my biggest scrappy issue when I get a new kit, I have no idea where to start. And then when I do start, I'm like, I just need everything to be working on this page. So I try and use everything, which is crazy. But that's just, you would think after having nearly 2 years of one kit club and getting a kit every month, I would be used to it by now. But no, sadly, I am not. And that is my hashtag first world scrappy problem. What to use when you open your kits. I think I've had this discussion with you before not cutting into something when you get supplies that are just absolutely stunning. So for me, when I get my kits and they've got really nice collections and things like that I really love, and I struggle with using it because I'm like, I don't want to, I just need to hoard it all. And really, you don't need to hoard it all. But then there's this issue, which I decide that yes, I'm going to cut into it, and I don't know what to put on there, so I use everything. So just backing these, I back these onto, they're just little word strips. I back them onto some pattern paper just to give them a little bit of a pop-up off the background of this photo. And there's not a lot of colour in this photo, so using these just to add that little teensy pop of interest. Just using something as simple as cutting off a little bit of the summer pattern paper and backing it up, making that word strip onto it. It does just enough to border it and make it pop out, I think anyway. Oh, what am I going to use? Oh, this little clock flare, this was so cute. And I just use the double-sided tape to stick down my flare here. So grown up. That was the piece I was talking about before, so I used that on my little girl's page because she's just growing up far too quick. Alright, I think I'm up to then embellishing some more photos. Alright, now getting started on the next one. Now, as I said before, I'd already planned, well, I planned out, which you sort of saw me do, where some of the stuff was going, some of the word strips were going. So this one's going to have this yellow piece, but again, it needed something behind it just to get it popped up off. I mean, it's bright, but it just needed to come up off that photo a little bit, which is a bit dark. So I popped this little alphabet pattern paper, I guess you call it, behind it, just to give it a little bit more, the photo, a little bit more oomph, I guess, a bit more colour. And then I had to add this thin strip of washi because I kind of stuffed up when I stuck them down. I stuck them in the wrong order, and so I had to fold up the top of the yellow word strip to tuck in the alphabet piece, so it sort of looked a bit funny. So I used the washi tape just to sort of stick that crease between the two down a bit, and yeah, and you would never know. Now this says, I think, back to school, and it's like a resiny kind of piece. And I think, yep, I'm just turning that into a little fishtail piece at the end. And this is just my son, who started Year 6 this year, and he didn't start the same day as the girls. He started a day later, and he was cheering about that. And I just like this piece. It says, "I love lunchtime," because, yeah, that would describe my son, running around, going crazy. Much rather that than, you know, sitting inside. I don't know if I add anything to the top. Oh no, I just decided to randomly add some little sequins to it. I've been a bit of a fan of, like, when I use enamel dots or little like this sequins, of tucking them in near something, so it just adds that little hint of colour to something, to like the piece I'm adding it near. All done. Oh, I think I got too close then. And that one's done. Yeah, see, now that's the only other problem with the craft glue. It doesn't always adhere straight away, so when you put things back into these sleeves, they can slip and slide, which is really annoying. Now with this filler journal card, what I actually did was, and you sort of saw me do it, I actually stuck it to the back of a Project Life card. Sorry, not a Project Life card, like one of the plain white grid 3x4 cards that you can buy, and just put around the edges some washi just to give it a bit of colour and just to hide in the grid that's there that was poking out, and I made my own journal card. So I'm journaling on all three of them now. I don't make you sit and watch all of them. And last but not least, I love this little coloured like resin piece. I think it's resin, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm calling it anyway. I'm going with that. But it's so cute. I just love it. It's got like a couple of different books there and then a little apple on top. I'm just adding some more of those. Oh, now I don't know if those two I've added on there are blue sequins. They look like they might be a bit 3D, so they could be the like charm pieces, the flowery charm piece that came with it as well. There you go, here they are. And I think we are all done. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. I will be back again soon with another one.